For years, he was the frontman for Smashing Pumpkins and most recently Swan.
Now he is releasing his first project as a solo artist, The Future Embrace. Hits stores today. Good morning, Bill.
I'm wearing the same hat.
That's okay.
Kind of embarrassed.
That was just last night.
That was just last night.
Hey, when you got a good hat that fits,
David Letterman touched this hat.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, you heard us talking about lovin'. You looking for lovin', Billy?
I'm surprised I'm not in the singles.
I bet you nobody asked. They didn't think to ask.
No.
Yeah, come on, join us. We need a third person to host.
I'm perpetually single, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What are you looking for in a woman? Maybe we can help you out while we're down there.
You know, gee, I don't know. My life is so strange, you know. Everyone I meet just can't deal with my life. The travel and the time in the studio and everything. It's just too crazy. You know?
Hey, let's talk about these full-page ads you've taken out in the Tribune and the Sun-Times today. You're writing to Chicagoans. I feel like you're writing directly to me, Billy, personally.
Well, you're a Chicagoan, right?
But
Sure.
You're talking about how you're going to get the Smashing Pumpkins back together. There's your quote.
What did I say?
I want you to be among the first to know that I've made plans to renew and revive the Smashing Pumpkins. I want my band back and my songs and my dreams.
Right.
What does that all mean, Billy?
Well, it's right there, Larry.
Does that mean,
It's right
well,
there.
first of all, does that mean the original band members, and why take an ad out in the paper to do that?
Well, you know, the media has a way of, like, you know, here you're focusing on what is the most salacious part of the
Right.
piece, but the whole thing I'm talking about is how I even arrived at the point of making a solo record and what my plans are for the future, because I am promoting a solo record. So, would you ask me about the band?
Will you get the original band back, and why take an ad to say that you got your own blog now? You can...
Right. I just thought, you know, of all the cities in America, this city has been incredibly supportive of everything I've ever done, and I just wanted to communicate directly, not through a filter, and not in a sort of like a website way. So it's like, oh yeah, here's another thing, and then have people say, well, is he being serious, or is he just saying that today because his record's coming out? I think doing the ad, it makes it pretty official what I plan on doing.
Talk about this new album. We'll show a little bit from your music video, which is really cool. It looks great in and of itself. What was your kind of a tortured soul? Are you a tortured soul? You seem a little blue. Maybe it's just us. Do we upset you?
No, I just had my heart broken yesterday. So.
Oh no! Talk to us about it.
Just in time for my record release.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I'm feeling a little blue.
Are you talking about?
I'm not a tortured soul, though. That's to be an artist is to be a bit, you know, tumultuous in your life, but I'm not tortured. I mean, I'm a pretty productive person. I get up like you do in the morning and work.
Sure, sure. Now, as you're creating this work of art, somewhere in the back of your mind, you're thinking, well, I wonder if the critics will like it, or people will buy it. If they don't buy it, am I going to be a failure? Do those things run through your mind, or at this point in your career where you've been successful, you just say, yeah, this is what I like, and I'm just going to do it?
You pretty much come to the conclusion that you just have to do what you like, because if people were to go back and read the reviews of the classic Smashing Pumpkins album, they got horrible reviews. Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, which was our best-selling album, got 2.5 stars in Rolling Stone.
Something.
Generally, I think if you're going to do work that's ahead of its time, people are really not going to understand it in the time. Rock generally is about doing things that people like already, and I've always been on the edge of doing things that people don't realize they like until later, and then years later they're like, oh, that was pretty good. You know, it's like the Adore album, which got the worst reviews I ever got, now is considered, you know, one of the classic Smashing Pumpkins albums. So
talk real interestingly. You're doing a remake of a Bee Gees song with Robert Smith from The Cure. How did that happen?
I know. I've been bragging that I'm the only person who could pull this off, you know, in the world. Robert Smith's a friend of mine, and I just love this Bee Gees song. It's a song from 1967, sort of pre-disco Bee Gees. And Robert was in town with the Cure tour, and he was over at my place, and so we said, oh, we should do something together. So this song worked out to be the one. It's really, really beautiful, actually. It turned out great.
It can't be any stranger than your Dennis DeYoung appearance doing the We Three Kings, how was your feedback on that? We loved it on the big show when you did that.
That was pretty interesting. That was pretty interesting. Dennis is his own person, for sure. But, you know, it was a real honor to work with him, because anytime you work with a great artist like Dennis, you realize how talented they are. And you see the connection with all the great music, because you see it right up close, and it's right there. You know?
Well, the name of the album is The Future Embrace. Billy Corgan, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
As always.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Information at La Planetarium tonight at 6:30, free with CD available at all Borders locations.